Is it on? Are you recording? Yahoo! Oh my gosh, it's so cool, isn't it? I don't know, I've always had a bit of a soft spot for older technology, I guess. I kind of miss this, you know, I wasn't really there for this when it was in its prime, but you know, I think it should make a comeback. I don't know. Yeah, doesn't it look cool? I imagine you probably have a better view than I do right now, but I guess I can see it later. I can see it later when we're done. Mm. Although now that we're filming, I almost wish we had like a plan. Like I feel like I should be doing something cool, you know? Like I feel like there should be like a I feel like I should be doing something of some kind. I have no script. I have no game plan. I'm just kind of here. Hmm. Do a backflip? You think I should do a backflip? I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I don't know if I could stick the landing. To tell you the truth, I feel like if I tried to do a backflip, I'd land on my head. Hmm. Handstand? I could probably do a handstand. I don't know how long. I've never really tried, but I could probably do it. I don't know though. I don't know, a cold night like this, I feel like it might not be a very good idea to do anything too crazy. Hmm. Sing. I don't know. It's one thing when it's like in the right setting, you know, when we're back at the live house or just chilling, but in this specific context, it's kind of embarrassing. I don't know, I'm kind of shy. uh, where's my coat? How bold of you to ask such a thing. You're wearing it right now, you sicko. You got some nerve. You got some nerve to take my coat off my back and then act like you knew nothing. No, I'll be fine. This turtleneck is just fine for the time being. If you wait a couple months, I might not be able to give you my coat, but yeah, I'll be just fine. Not getting it back. No, I have to have it back. It's important. It's a very, very important part of my uniform. Nobody knows it's me without that coat on, standing out front. It's super important. I gotta have that. You can't keep that. What the heck? Maybe we could find you like a replica or something. I don't know. You seem to really like the style. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I personally don't get it, but hey, I don't judge. Sunglasses. What? You want my glasses too? You want my glasses too? After everything you've taken from me? After everything I've sacrificed? No, I'm afraid these are prescription lenses and I need them to see. I would not be able to see you if I took these off. Nope. Want my necklace? No. Now see, this is not a free-for-all for you to just take all of my clothes. This is this is not, I'm not running a charity here. I'm not, like, do you think this is the Salvation Army? Like, why do you keep trying to take all my clothes? What is going on? What is going on right now? Yeah, it's a nice night though, isn't it? I've always thought that like these middle of fall, near late fall times of year, I think they're really nice, very pretty. You know, by this point, all the trees are red and yellow, and it's like just cold enough that you can dress really sexy, but not so cold that you're shivering everywhere you go. At least that's how it is where I live. I could tell a spooky story. Oh man, I didn't prepare one. All right, I'm gonna make one up on the spot right now. You ready? All right, can you zoom in like real close? You've shown that you're a master of another kind of camera. You were really good in the photo booth that one time in the photography studio, but can you handle a camera like this? Is that something you can do? Can you figure out how to zoom in for me? Oh, that's okay. So you see the little knob? It should be to the left side. You see the little knob on there? Yeah, you see the... Yeah, oh, oh, oh my gosh. That's a little close. I think that might be too close. Can you find like a nice balance there? Whoa. I don't think this is adding to the ambiance of the scary story that I still haven't thought of. My hope was actually that you would take so long figuring out how to adjust the zoom on that camera that I'd have enough time to come up with a story, but I still haven't thought of anything. You know what? Okay, that's probably not too bad. Is that good spooky distance? Can you tell how serious I am? Unfortunately, I don't think this camera comes with any filters. I think this might be before the age of accessible filters. But you think I'm stalling? Stalling. So what I'm hearing is you think that I'm stalling. Okay, let's come up with a scary story right now. I still haven't thought of a single detail. We're going completely off the dome. Completely off the top with this one. Okay. It was Friday the 13th, the night before Halloween. It was Friday the 13th, the night before Halloween. I was just in the kitchen, making my, I wanted some chicken nuggies, so I popped some in the oven. It was a good 15 minutes in the oven before they'd be done. And about 3 minutes after I popped them into the oven, I heard this weird sound. I heard this knock, but it wasn't on my front door. No, the knock came from a shoe closet. It came from the inside of my shoe closet. I just, I shrugged it off at first. I was like, I'm home alone right now. There's no way there's anybody in there. And if they were, why would they be so polite as to knock? Surely it's just my imagination. So I just focused. There's another, what, 7 minutes till my chicken nuggies are done. And then, oh my gosh, I hear it again. And so I walk slowly, like the dummy in the horror movie. I decided to investigate the mysterious noise coming from the scary part of my house. I walk slowly towards the shoe closet, and I call out, "Is anyone in there? Is anyone in there?" And it's just quiet. Until... oh, there it is again. And so, I opened the door. I opened the door to my shoe closet. And what do I find? But just a bunch of shoes. It's just my shoes. There's nothing in there. It's empty. That is when the timer on my oven goes off. You see, I spent a full 8 minutes staring in bewilderment at my shoe closet. So much time passed, just investigating and finding nothing. So, I decided I gotta go get my nuggies. And then, well, I opened my oven, and that's when, whoa! The end. Did you like it? Were you scared? That was the worst scary story ever. I feel like I used to be so much better at this. Actually got you? Really? Did I scare you? No, that was not supposed to be spooky. In truth, I was actually going easy on you. I didn't want to actually scare you. I think we've talked about this once before, or twice maybe. But I actually used to be, I used to work in a haunted house. And the first year I was as part of like a scene. I was an actor inside the house. But my second and third year that I worked there, I was actually a host. And my job was to come up with and tell scary stories to the people that were waiting their turn to go in, so that they'd be entertained. Since it was limited, you know, it was just a certain number of people that could go in at a time. And my stories were pretty good. My stories are pretty spooky. Maybe I could tell you one another time. It's got to be the right setting though. I have to set the scene properly. I feel like, I don't know, there's something about walking outside in the cold night that like, it could be very scary, but I'd prefer for it not to be. You know what I mean? I prefer to view it as pretty. And I don't want to, it's like I don't want to tarnish that vibe that we have going there. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe I could tell you a scary story sometime that I wrote. I wrote a few. I wrote a good like 5 or 6 that I would put in regular rotation while I was there. What was my go-to story? Nice. Huh? You'll have to wait. You'll have to wait and find out. Maybe I'll tell you one someday. Not anytime soon, though. Maybe some other time in the future. Oh, you know what I thought of, though, while I was telling that story? You know that guy, I can't remember his last name, the Caleb guy. He appears on everybody's podcast. I remembered a scary story he told of a time that he was scared as a kid. And there's like this one quote from it that people reference a lot. He was like, I was just 12 in the double wide. Is that what it is? I was 12 in the double wide. He wasn't making chicken nuggies though. He was making like something like chicken nuggies. Just something different. Yeah, that guy. He's really funny. Really funny guy. Yeah, he has glasses and short, curly, dark hair. 15? Was he 15? I was just 15 in the double wide. I don't actually remember. I just remember that he kept repeating that part of the story in his scary story. I thought about that halfway through coming up with mine on the spot. Yeah, mind you, I was 15 in the double wide. Mind you, I was 15 in the double wide. That's the full quote. That's the one. Yeah. Double wide, so that's a word for like a kind of house. It's a type of house that people live in, and it's the type of house that he was in the scary story. And it just kept coming back. And there's nothing funny about it on its own. It was just the fact that he kept bringing... It's one of those things you have to hear for it to be funny, you know? You have to hear that guy tell a story. I'm sure you could find it if you looked for it. Mind you, I was 15 in the double wide. Sorry, I feel like we cannot have a conversation without me referencing something I saw on TikTok at some point. It's a debuff, perhaps. What I got. It's catchy. I don't know. Mind you, I was 15 in the double wide. Funniest TikTok I've seen today. I haven't seen TikTok today. I've been trying to go back to my norm, actually, to tell you the truth. Because my norm is to not scroll on social media. Normally, I'm very strict about never doing that. I prefer not to do it. I'm very careful because I think it's a dangerous and repetitive habit. And once you start, it's really difficult to pull yourself away from it. So the last few days, I've not been scrolling on TikTok at all. Funniest TikTok that I've seen in a while, though. I'd like to give you a longer time frame because, again, I haven't seen any today. I cracked up really bad over this one. I can't remember if I've told you about this one before, and I cannot help you find it. You might find it if you look for it, though. Uh, it's this person that's like, the caption is the other mother if she went to a rave, like from Coraline. Uh, and this person like adjusts and contorts their posture and juts their chin and their neck out and dances like the other mother would, like dances while maintaining the other mother's funky posture. It cracked me up so bad. I laughed so hard over that TikTok. It's so goofy. If you can find it and you like Coraline or you've seen Coraline, it might crack you up. It cracked me up. Personally, I love Coraline. I love Leica Studios. They're some of my favorites. I think stop motion in general is just really, really cool. But I think their style of stop motion is really unique and appealing. What do I do instead of scrolling when I'm breaking the habit? Something I've been doing recently, I've actually, because here's the thing, I'm a bit of a workaholic. Whatever like things I'm supposed to be doing, I kind of make those my personality and my life if I'm not careful. And it's very easy for me to do that right now because I really, really enjoy my work. You know, I enjoy the stuff that we do, and I enjoy the stuff that I'm hoping to do in the future and stuff like that. But the stress actually kind of got to me kind of recently. It caught up to me. So more recently, I've been taking more time to just write for myself because I actually really love writing. It's something we've talked about a little bit. I'm probably not going to share much or any of my writing with you anytime soon, or maybe ever. Just because for me, writing is a very personal thing. But yeah, I've been writing a short story recently, and that's been pretty fun. What do I write? I write a mix of things. Sometimes I write short stories. Sometimes I write poetry. Mostly those two, though. I'm a big fan of like short form writing. I don't know if I could ever do like a novel. That's not quite as much for me. I don't know if I'd ever have the patience or the commitment for that. Yeah, I'm writing short story again. It's really nice. A style of poetry? I like a mix of things. On one end, I really like more grim, dark, serious, macabre poetry. Like stuff that uses really like heavy or gruesome ideas. But I also really like delicate and romantic poetry. Like whenever I write poetry, it's either gonna reference a skeleton or like flowers, you know? And sometimes I like to mix the two. But those are the like the types that I really like. I like when it references nature in some way. In general, when it comes to poetry, my favorite themes are nature, like Mother Earth, humanity, and with humanity, like mortality, and also morality, I guess. Like, or maybe not morality so much as like, how do I articulate it? Like purpose and finding purpose as a human. I like things like that. And I find that poetry is really fun with exploring really heavy ideas because, you know, it's one thing when you just write what you're thinking. It's another thing when you have to articulate what you're thinking in something short or simplified, condensed, you know? Or when you have to describe what you're experiencing or feeling through symbols. I think that having that setting, I guess, like having that medium to convey what you're feeling, it almost makes it easier for me than if I just tried to write what I'm thinking or feeling in words. That's why I really enjoy it. But because a lot of the stuff that I like to write is more about like heavier ideas, that's why it's a very personal thing for me, as I mentioned. So you may not read it anytime soon, or ever. So just to keep a very real expectation there, I don't want you to think like, oh, he likes to write, can I read? No, I don't share it with anybody. Not even my closest friend. I would like to write something to be read someday though. Yeah, that could be fun. Does it flow into my short stories? Like the ideas that I like. With short stories, sometimes it depends. With short stories, it's more like, how do I phrase this? I think with poetry, I like to explore really big ideas. Whereas with my short stories, I explore smaller ideas. And I'd give you examples, but then it would be like sharing it. Yeah, with my short stories, it's more like I like to explore really specific ideas. Hmm. Calvin? Yeah, Calvin was kind of an experience for that. It was weird, because like part of that was writing, but most of it was improv, which is kind of like writing. It's kind of like collaborative writing. Roleplay really is just kind of like collaborative writing, uh, where you can't retcon anything. It's all set in stone the moment it's written, you know. Yeah, that was pretty fun. That was a really fun experience for me. That's something I mentioned in a conversation with Vox off stream. He talked a bit about how, and he talked about this much on stream, I think, so I don't mind to repeat his words. He talked about how formative of an acting experience VCraft was for him. For me, in the weirdest way, this is the wording I used. It was a really formative writing experience for me. You know, I still have a long way to go when it comes to acting and improving. I think I have a lot to learn and a lot that I could improve and that I should improve if I want to do it more. Or rather, if I want to take it seriously. I'm content to be where I am, but I would like to learn more, you know? But more than that, it was really, really exciting to keep in my mind, in that specific way, an active narrative involving multiple people, many of which I did not fully understand, you know? So that was a really formative experience when it came to writing or just roleplay in general for me. I really enjoyed it. I want to do something like that again someday, but I need a good rest, and I think you probably deserve a rest too. I don't know if you'd be too keen on seeing it so soon. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Parts of it could be nerve-wracking, and I think I mentioned too at the time. I realized literally a month has passed and we're still talking about VCraft. I don't even know if I am sorry, but parts of it were actually kind of nerve-wracking at times, just a little bit, because, you know, as I mentioned, Calvin was kind of self-allegorical in a lot of ways. I breathed into Calvin a lot of the way that I used to be, like a lot of who I used to be when I was younger. And revisiting that and displaying it, it kind of, I don't know, there's something very vulnerable about that, if you know what I mean. So there were times when I was a little nervous. And to tell you the truth, there were also times where, like, you know, Calvin was very much making a lot of the wrong decisions for the worst reasons. And it's a frustrating thing to watch, and that was on purpose. There were times when people would get frustrated with him making these decisions. And then the Kaelix inside is like, no, wait, that's me. Don't be mad at him. But like, you should be mad at him. You know what I mean? It was so weird. It was such a weird experience where you're like, you know, you're taking aim and firing at Calvin and hitting Kaelix. You know what I mean? Just to be clear, I was not upset or hurt by anybody, just to be clear. That's just to articulate that there were times when I was a little nervous about it. So, in spite of that nervousness, I'm very, very glad that people could enjoy the experience with me. Yeah, it meant a lot to me. And just as nerve-wracking as it was also very, like, cathartic, very healing in a way, you know? To like showcase that part of, like, it's so weird to call it my lived experience because it's so different in a lot of ways, but to like display that and have it be liked, you know what I mean? Of course, the real treasure of VCraft for me was the people that I got to meet, or the people that I already met that I got to know better through that experience. It's like the coolest summer camp experience ever. Yeah. Got a little real there for a second. Oh my gosh. Pause. Rewind. Play. Alright, topic change. Have you eaten? Did you eat before we went on this walk? Did you have a meal? I forgot to ask before. Are you hungry? Are you gonna eat soon? I don't want to keep you too long if you're hungry. Because I don't think there's anywhere to eat around here, and I didn't bring anything. You didn't eat? Alright, how about this? I'll ask you a different question. What do you think you're gonna eat next? What will your next meal be? What are you gonna have, I wonder? What are you thinking of eating? As for me, I actually had a pretty... Speaking of like nostalgia or memories and stuff, I had a very nostalgic meal for like my lunch dinner. Because I'm sleeping kind of weirdly. I've been sleeping so late recently. And I can't say I regret it because I'm hanging out with cool new people, and that's always really fun. And I always love to get to know new friends. I can be very inquisitive, and I can ask a billion questions. So it's always very rewarding to learn new things. You know what I mean? But because I'm sleeping so late, my lunch is actually kind of at dinner time, which is why I call it my lunch dinner. Anyway, I had my mom used to make this all the time when I was a little kid, and she made it again for the first time in a few years. It's kind of like the base is chili, right? It's like your typical chili with beans, and if you're lucky, it'll have some beef in there too, and like tomato, and it's kind of spicy. And she makes it with cornbread that she puts in like a cupcake tray or like a muffin tray, one of those trays. And it's really, really good. It's so good. It's so yummy. So good. Yeah, I had 2 big bowls of that for my lunch dinner, and I think I'll be having it for my actual dinner too when we part ways later. Yeah, it's really good. I just hope there's some cornbread left for me because it always disappears really fast. You gotta grab it quick. We go by like a first come first serve system a lot of the time. So if you're not fast enough to grab what you want, you know, it sucks to suck. That's tough. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have. I hope that you can have a nice meal for your next meal. Maybe you could have some chili. Oh yeah, I forgot to describe I described the base of what you put it with. The base is chili, right? With beans and maybe beef. And then she puts in like macaroni, but not macaroni and cheese, just the noodles, just the pasta. Macaroni goes in it, and it's really good. Totemo oishi. Yeah, and then you put what I personally do is I take the cornbread and I put it in the bowl by itself without any chili, and then I break it up into a bunch of little pieces. And then I put in the chili, and it moistens up the cornbread. It like sops up all the broth at the bottom of the bowl. And then you stir it up. And then you got like the moistened, soft, chili infused cornbread just spread throughout the bowl. It's really good. So I also sometimes like to just have it on the side and just dip it into the broth and take a bite of it, kind of like a muffin. Yeah, it's really good. Can't handle spicy? Well, you can have it less spicy. We like it spicy at my house, but you know, you don't have to have it spicy. You can make it all kinds of different ways. Yeah, very versatile stuff. You could have a more neutral, savory chili. Everything except like the spicier spices. Yeah, and even like the way that I eat the cornbread, that comes down to preference. Like it's totally normal and understandable if you prefer your cornbread not moist. I call it moistened or softened, but somebody else might call that soggy. And soggy kind of has a gross connotation to it, you know what I mean? It comes down to preference. And I think that's cool. I think it's cool that there are like a lot of foods out there that you could eat in a ton of different ways. And even then, at the end of the day, you know, you could also just not eat it if you really don't like it. There are always other options out there. I love food. That is my favorite thing about being human, by the way. I may have mentioned it before, but whoa, why are you? I can see your finger turning that knob. How zoomed in are you right now? Oh my gosh. I don't even remember what I was saying. You distracted me. Anyway. Oh yeah, one of my favorite, if not my number, oh my gosh. One of my favorite things about being human, if not my favorite thing about being human, is that we have to eat. I love that we have to eat because the necessity of food has resulted in such a rich variety of like food culture. And I just love. Are you trying to do it more quietly this time so that I don't notice? I just don't get you. I just don't get it. You need to learn a new feature on the camera? Do you need a new toy? Is that what's going on here? I taught you one thing and now you want another one? What else can this camera do? I don't know if this camera can do anything. It's a very simple camera, to tell you the truth. Yeah, no, I don't. Well, you could adjust I think if you twist the lens itself, clockwise or counterclockwise, you can actually adjust the focus a little bit, and that can be pretty fun. Yeah, if you adjust that knob right there, you can. I think you got it right. Does it look different on the screen? Whoa. Yeah, the way that works, it basically adjusts the way that the light is taken in through the lens so that it will focus on a different subject. I don't know how to explain all the fine details in that, and I can't say I actually understand them all myself. I don't want to sound like I know more than I do. But yeah, it's pretty fun, and it's pretty cool. I actually really love cameras in general and like photography. I think that's something else we've talked about a bit. I love photography. I think it's really, really fun. Come to think of it, are your hands sore at all? I mean, this camera isn't heavy, but your arms have been up for a good 30 minutes now. Are you doing okay? You need to take shifts? You want to pass the camera to me? No, you're good? You're good? You're strong? Okay. Hey, just asking. Just asking. You can hold the camera for as long as you want. You hold that camera for as long as you want to. I will not stop you. I don't know. I feel like even if you aren't holding anything, if you hold your arms up for long enough, they kind of get tired, don't they? Maybe that's just me. Implying you're weak? No, no, no. None of that. No, you're very strong, actually. But you know, I don't consider myself to be weak, and sometimes my arms get tired if I lift them up for long enough, so I'm just checking in. I'm just making sure you're doing okay. What the heck? No need for all the yelling. There's no need to yell. No need for all these accusations. It is also cold. I'm telling you, gloves are just so nice for that. I don't know if I look like a... I've been told actually by some friends that I look kind of creepy wearing gloves a lot of the time. Sometimes gloves are just not appropriate for the outfit or for the occasion, but I think gloves are so convenient in colder weather. Yeah, we gotta get you some gloves. We gotta get you some nice gloves. You want my gloves? Again, do you think this is the Salvation Army? You can't just take all my clothes. Besides that, they probably wouldn't fit. These gloves are custom fitted to my fingies. They probably would not fit your hands. You need to get your own gloves. Nope. I think I'm a bit too stubborn for your approach of just asking and begging over and over again. It's just not gonna work. If I give you something, it's because I wanted to, not because you asked me to. I'm very strict about that, actually. That is a very real part of my personality. I have like the craziest demand avoidance of anybody I've ever met. If I am asked to do something that I deem unnecessary, I will go out of my way to avoid it. It's like it is the most unthinkable thing in the world to me, and it's one of my most annoying personality traits ever. I hate it. And I honestly, I wish I was not this way. Now, if it's a favor, or if it's something that I deem necessary, for example, if we're walking out in the cold and a friend says, "Hey, I'm really cold, can I borrow your coat?" I've already taken it off, you know? Or if someone's like, "Can I get some help with the dishes?" Or, "Hey, I need help with my homework." You know, things like that. I will be there in an instant. But if it's like, "Hey, can you say this thing for me? I think it'd be really funny." Or, "Hey, you should try this instead." Or, "You should do it this way." Or, "Can I have this thing that I want but don't need?" We're not talking anymore. I've moved on. I'm walking away. It's a weakness of mine. PTSD from being a big brother. I wouldn't call it PTSD. That's a bit extreme. But maybe it is like an extant experience from, or maybe like an extant effect of the experience of being a big brother. Sorry, big words. Maybe it's like a lingering thing that is still here with me, even after like me and my siblings have all grown pretty much. Because being a big brother meant I was always asked to do things, and I was deemed the most capable for certain things, like household chores and favors and stuff. And for a really long time, I was the first one, or sometimes the only one that would be asked for anything. But eventually number 2 became that one. And he was actually deemed more capable of certain things, because he's a lot stronger than me. Yeah. Yeah, oldest siblings unite, pretty much. It shifted from Kaelix moving, like, "Kaelix, can you please help me move this furniture? Kaelix, can you please travel with me to go pick this thing up?" It became, "Kaelix number 2, please come do this thing without me." So maybe there's this part of me in my subconscious mind that is like, please don't ask me for anything. But I actually love helping people. In fact, that's probably my strongest love language is like service, acts of service. I love thinking that I am useful to somebody. But if I feel it's something frivolous or silly or like when I say unnecessary, I don't even necessarily mean that the thing itself isn't needed. I mean, like, if it's okay as it is, or if I'm doing it in a way that works but is unpopular and I'm asked to do it in a different way, or like, here's another one, something unnecessary that I'm actively about to do. Like, I'm on my way to do the dishes and someone's like, "Kaelix, can you please wash the dishes?" I'm breaking every dish. I'm throwing them on the ground. We don't have dishes anymore. Go get some new ones. In fact, get rid of the whole sink. Yeah, it's a weakness of mine. It's a weakness of mine. I'm kind of weak to specific kinds of requests. Yeah, I run my life. I run my ship, and I run a tight ship. I'm the captain of my ship. You know what I mean? I'm the captain, and I say where I go. But I also think helping people is very, very important. Just to be clear, I don't want you to think I'm some selfish, mean guy who hates everybody and does not want to be useful to the world. Not the case at all. It's in the ship. It's in the ship. Why is it in the ship? Don't get that in my head. That was so funny. That was so funny. I had to click away when the Church of Chat was playing Repo because I started cracking up too bad. And I had to focus on my work. I was it was a trying to do my work type shift, and she was cutting me up all over again. Oh my god. It's in the ship! It's in the ship! Why is it in the ship? Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Ladies, ladies. Shake your bangs! Shake your bangs, Frio! Shake your bangs! I saw that. That was so funny. I cannot believe he got him to do that. That is like... that is the craziest victory I've ever seen when it comes to like getting Frio to do something goofy or silly that he might not normally do. I don't know if you saw that. Vanta got Frio to do the... Vanta got Frio to do that one meme. It's like, shake your bangs! In Frio's case, shake your bangs! He abused his superior position. He abused his position as senpai. He was so nonchalant. Frio is probably like among the most nonchalant men ever that I've ever met. He's so nonchalant, except for when he's not, and that makes it so much funnier when he's not. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've been there to see that. Highly recommend. It's quite a sight. Trying to do my work type shift. Yare yare. What is it? Does he say yare yare? Does it? Yare yare does it? I can't remember the full meme. Yare yare does it? Back, so predictable. Back, so predictable. So funny. So goofy. Oh my gosh, you know what that made me think of? That made me think of when people were clowning on weebs on TikTok for how they would say baka. Or there's that one, oh my gosh, we have not talked about kakegurui very much, considering how much I love kakegurui, but there's this one clip reel of like quotes from the main female cast, the main girls. And it starts with Meyari like, baka. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? And people would like do lip syncs to it. Osita. Yeah, quite a few years ago. This is pretty ancient by now. Like, this is several years ago. Straight up, like 5 years ago, I think. Why do I know that? I wasn't born yesterday. What the heck? I've been alive for more than 7 months. Just, you know, I existed before I debuted. I may not have been the bouncer yet, but you know, I was still kicking. I'm not 7 months old. Really? Are you shocked? I'm a grown adult. I can speak and walk. We're not babies. We were not born the day we debuted. Literally earlier in this very conversation. Like, run the tape back after this is over. Rewind it if you can. We talked about like nostalgia and memories and stuff. And you're talking like I was born 7 months ago. What is my name? Kaelix. What the heck? I don't know. You crack me up sometime. Immersion is ruined. What do you mean? Just because we hadn't met yet doesn't mean anything. Youngest person ever. You are the youngest person ever. Yeah. Yeah. Is that what you're talking? Do you just want me to be 7 months old? Do you want me to be a 7-month-old baby? Unfortunately for you, that would get me taken off of this platform very quickly. Yeah, even if we didn't know back when I was like a student or a model or anything, you know, I still got memories, and I had access to the internet. I wasn't born yesterday. You are the oldest person ever. I'm trying to think of the opposite of the one. The clip from America's Got Talent, or was it Canada's Got Talent? It was one of the Got Talent shows. And the actual full quote, it gets cropped. It gets cropped in the meme, but he says, "You are the youngest person ever to be on this show," or something like that. To be on blank's Got Talent. I can't remember which country it was. And then it cuts to everybody like cheering. It was cropped so that it's just like, "You are the youngest person ever." Give me my golden buzzer. Goofy. So goofy. Could you imagine if we had a Got Talent moment? What do you think my talent would be? Other than, like, I don't think a singing act would be very funny. What kind of act should I do in a Got Talent setting that is not singing? You're giving me the buzzers? What the heck? What are the buzzers for? 3 in a row? My Scottish accent. I've said one phrase in a Scottish accent and it wasn't even good. What did I say? That'd be so funny. No, I haven't learned that one. I only know that one because of the... Is it Basement Yard? Is that what they're called? Because there's this one clip where they were talking about Scottish people. He's like, "I love this show. They're so funny." Playing 7 instruments at the same time. I can't do that either. You may be confused. If you remember that time I was playing a bunch of instruments, I was actually recording and looping them. I wasn't playing them at the same time. I can't do that. I don't know if I could be one of those one-man band guys who like they'll rig the drum to their heel, and they'll put the harmonica on a little stand in front of their mouth, and they'll have like a cymbal on their shoulder. I don't know if I could be one of those guys. I don't know if I have what it takes. Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh. Hello, I've come...
No, it's still not good enough.
I've come today to, where am I? Oh, no, I think I'm in the wrong place. I think I'm on the wrong show.
Golden buzzer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah! Mwah! Thank you. Thank you. 3 buzzers? Okay. Kaelix Debonair impression when? Ooh, you know what? I do a really, really good impression of UQ Wilson's impression of Kaelix Debonair. Do you know what I mean? So this is my impression of Wilson's impression of me. All right? You guys, I wanna do it, but I'm so scared. I'm too nervous. I just can't do it. Oh, you guys, I'm so scared. I can't do it. Oh, no. No, I can't. I just can't. I'm too scared. That's how he thinks I talk. I just don't like his caricature of me is so goofy. Accurate. You better mean to his impression. That's not how I talk. He's not wrong. No, he is wrong. It's not accurate. This is just like when everybody has a really bad impression of him. You know what? Maybe it's fine because that means he gets revenge against everybody who does him dirty in their impressions. Because I feel like my impression of him is just him yelling when he does not actually yell that often, I think. Or maybe not. Same photo. Do you hate me? Hey, I got a question for you. Do you hate me? His way of talking. If I wanted to imitate one of his regular streams, it would be like, okay, I'm gonna try. I've never practiced it, but this is how it would go for me. This is how I remember his streams going. He'd be like, okay. Wait, what's he gonna talk about? I didn't think about that part. So, you guys, I I went to the store. Thoughts? That's how his streams sound in my memory. I don't know if I could do like the voice, but those are his. That's how he conducts a sentence. I think. So, do you think do you think I should yeah, do I get the golden buzzer? That's my act for Niji Got Talent. Do I win? Oh, goofy. 2 golden buzzers? Oh wow, has that ever happened? 3 golden buzzers? Whoa! I win! You know together we're glowing, gonna be golden. Oh, oh, oh. Even added the oh, I think he does the same thing that I do sometimes. The guys. What? What? Do you think no, it wouldn't be on a think. It's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know enough. I'm a fraud. I'm a fake VP. I wasn't really elected. I was just kind of declared the VP. I don't deserve my position. I'm a sham. Guys, no, see, that's the thing. That is how everybody impersonates him, but I don't think it's actually like him as much. That guys, I don't know. But that's enough talking about UQ Wilson. This is so goofy. Do you think he'll ever find this tape? Do you think he'll ever find this? You're gonna have to take this and bury it somewhere, okay? I don't know how much longer that tape has on it before it runs out, but yeah, when it stops recording, you should just take it and bury it somewhere. Yeah, I just don't think it's as strong as people pronounce it. It's not as strong as people describe it to be. But I get it. The whole point is like making a caricature, right? That's why he describes me as some whiny baby who's too scared to do anything. That's why like I won't even be there in the room and I'm still catching strays. He'll be in a room with other people without me and he'll be like, "Guys, I'm too scared." Halloween Splatfest. Wait, is there a Splatfest? Are they doing Splatoween this year? Is it this weekend? Do I have time to play? Oh no. Wait, I might miss it. Ah! Oh no, hold on. When's the Splatfest? I'm pulling out my phone. Hold on. Give me a second. When is the Splatfest? It's right now? Is it happening right now? Wait, so that means they're like halfway through the first... Oh, I want to play. Maybe Splatfest? Maybe Splatfest? Splatfest? Thoughts? Thoughts? Splatfest? No, I can't stop. No promises. Maybe I will see if I can fit it in. My schedule is really difficult right now. And every second that we can spend together is as precious to me as a diamond. I hope you know. It's like a precious gem, and I cherish every single one because it's so difficult to stream right now. I feel like every second I'm working, I'm still falling behind. Do you know what I mean? But I'll be okay. I'll be just fine. I'm already okay. I just love to be dramatic. But I also love to downplay, so it's up to you what the truth is. It's up to you to determine through my ways what's actually going on. I don't mean to downplay, I just can't help it, I guess. I try to be realistic. I try to be honest. Yeah, maybe another Pomodoro sometime soon. Because I think hanging out is fine as long as I'm working at certain times, you know? Though I still prefer times like this, you know, where we can just take a short walk and not think about work at all. But even then, I managed to talk about work. That goes to say something. It goes to show something. Yeah, maybe. I'll keep you posted. I should be able to actually publish a schedule for next week. I've had 2 weeks of October that I just was not able to publish a schedule for due to certain complications. Oh, I think that... You see that little flashing light? Do you see that little flashing light on the camera? Yeah, I think that means it's gonna run out of film really soon. And honestly, come to think of it, it's getting kind of dark. A little too dark, if you know what I mean. So maybe we should start heading home soon. We can keep talking on the walk back to your place, but before we part ways, then I should tell you about where you can catch me next, where you can see me next. So tomorrow morning, so like 12 hours from now. Let's hope I can get in the right amount of sleep. 12 and a half hours from now, I have a collab that I've been very excited for. I cannot give you all the details because I don't know what has been said publicly yet by the host, but I will be playing Dead by Daylight. And some of the talents in the collab will be from the main branch. And I'm really excited and also really nervous because my Japanese is really poor and I've never played Dead by Daylight before. I'm very scared. It's like I'm conquering 2 boogeymans at once. You know, 2 boogeymen. I'm conquering 2 monsters at the same time. The fear of language barrier and the fear of scary game. But yeah, I'll be doing my POV, I think. I'm pretty sure. I have to figure out like any small details that come down to like streaming Dead by Daylight, but yeah, I will retweet any relevant stuff that I see about it. I'll try to keep my eyes open for it too. But yeah, that'll be at 9 a.m. EDT, if I got the time right. I think I do. I'll double check. One sec. Okay. Let's see. 10 p.m. JST, 9 a.m. EDT. Yes. Yes. So I will have I'll have a fun mixed branch collab. Dead by Daylight, 9 a.m. EDT. As for anything else tomorrow, I cannot guarantee it. But if I can spare the time, just found out there's a Splatfest, so maybe I can fit in Splatfest for that while the Splatfest is still active. As for which team, undecided, because I always represent Fry, but Ghost is my favorite when it comes to zombie, skeleton, or ghost. I might play skeleton though. I might play skeleton because I love Fry and I want Fry to win. That's my diva. I love her. I just think she's so cute and so silly. So I haven't decided yet. But I love ghosts, so I might go big man for the first time. In my entire time playing Splatoon 3, I have only played for Shiver once, and I've never played for big man. Every single Splatfest I've played for Fry, except for the most recent one that I streamed. Yeah. As for next week, I can tell you one thing. I will be doing a short karaoke stream. It'll be very short. It'll be very, very short. I'll try my best to have a schedule up for you so that you can actually see it and get some details about it. But yeah, it'll be shorter than my usual because I am making progress to get my voice back, but I'm still really, really struggling to control my voice. And I'm still really struggling to sing for as long as I'd like to. I've been doing practice every day in between rest to gauge my limits and keep track of them, and it is improving, just a little bit slower now than it was before. So it'll be shorter than usual, where I would normally go for like 13 songs maybe on a full set list. It'll probably be about half that length or less. But yeah, it'll be for Halloween season. The rest of the week, next week, I still need to lock some things in, so I can't tell you exactly, but I should be able to get a schedule up for it. As soon as I know, you'll know. Yeah, that's all I can tell you. That light is flashing, it's so spooky. Okay, yeah, I do hope that you have a nice rest of your day. Hope you can have a good meal, as I mentioned, very important to eat right, eat good meals, etc. I don't know why I'm saying all this, because you know we're still gonna be, we're still gonna be talking on the way. I'm walking you back to your place, so. But yeah, I guess we should start. We should start walking, shouldn't we? Yeah. Well, let's start walking before the tape runs out.